Melania Trump is a woman of few public words but many headlines. As First Lady, she projected an aura of stoic elegance, but the media storm that seemed to follow her wherever she went. Unrelenting. Whether it was fashion faux pas or eyebrow-raising interviews, Melania managed to spark headlines across the political spectrum. From modeling scandals to family feuds and awkward White House moments, here are 10 of her most infamous controversies, each one proving that keeping a low profile doesn't always keep the drama away. The modeling days that won't go away. Before she was First Lady, Melania Trump was a Slovenian model making waves and a few headlines in New York. But some of those waves became synonymous in 2016 when the New York Post unearthed photos from a 1996 shoot that left very little to the imagination. These nude pictures, originally taken for a now-defunct men's magazine, resurfaced just as her husband was heading into full campaign mode. But Melania did not flinch. In a video on X, formerly Twitter, she championed her modeling past, saying that celebrating the hue and form is a form of artistic self-expression. Because nothing says future First Lady like channeling Botticelli or GQ, which she posed for in another revealing shoot in 2000, when holding hands became a national incident. If love is in the details, then Melania's body language around Donald Trump has sparked an entire industry of amateur marriage counselors. During a 2017 state visit to Israel, cameras caught Melania swatting away her husband's hand on the red carpet in front of Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu, no less. The speculation about their relationship only grew as she skipped most of Trump's 2020 re-election campaign and stayed notably silent during his numerous legal sagas. According to journalist Michael Wolff in his book All or Nothing, Melania practically laughed at the idea of making another round of campaign appearances. Ouch. She also publicly contradicted Donald on key issues including abortion. In her 2024 memoir Melania, she firmly supported reproductive rights, writing that denying women the right to choose is tantamount to stripping them of bodily autonomy. Subtle? Not exactly. Family separation, when tapes talk louder than press releases. In 2020, former Melania confidant and advisor Stephanie Winston Wolkoff dropped a bombshell. Audio recordings of Melania venting about the criticism she received for not speaking out against the Trump administration's family separation policy at the border. On tape, Melania expressed frustration over being lumped together with her husband, saying she was unfairly branded as complicit. Her infamous quote, "Give me a expletive break." She also pointed out the media's selective outrage, asking why there wasn't as much uproar during the Obama years. Despite the recorded rant, her memoir painted a more empathetic picture. She wrote about her horror at the conditions children faced and insisted she told officials clearly, this had to stop. The speech that sounded a lot like Michelle Obama's. At the 2016 Republican National Convention, Melania delivered what was meant to be a stirring speech about her values and American dreams. Instead, it became an instant scandal when observers noticed uncanny similarities between her speech and one Michelle Obama had given in 2008. Cue the plagiarism panic. Melania's team tried to play it off, saying the lines were inspired by her personal experiences. But after public outcry, speechwriter Meredith McSiver owned up to the mix-up, apologizing profusely. Melania, for her part, wrote in her memoir that she felt blindsided, apparently trusting others a bit too much with her big moment. Always double-check your script before stepping into prime time. The jacket that spoke volumes, and not in a good way. In 2018, Melania visited a Texas migrant facility wearing a now infamous olive green Zara jacket with the words, "I really don't care, do you?" scrawled across the back. Yes, really. Critics were appalled. Was she trolling displaced children? Was it fashion with a side of insensitivity? Melania later clarified that the jacket wasn't directed at the kids she was visiting, but rather at the press who, she claimed, relentlessly criticized her. In a rare candid interview with ABC, she said, "You can criticize me, but it won't stop me from doing what I believe is right." Or wearing what she wants, apparently. Radio silence in a time of crisis. When rioters stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021, Most political figures scrambled to make public statements condemning the violence. Melania? Not so much. Stephanie Grisham, her former chief of staff, later claimed she asked Melania to issue a simple tweet condemning the violence. Melania's reported reply: just one word, no. In her defense, Melania later wrote that she wasn't fully aware of what was unfolding at the time, claiming she was busy documenting White House decor. Grisham did not buy it and resigned on the spot, stating that Melania had full knowledge of the situation but chose silence, taking the Daily Mail to court and winning. Melania doesn't take kindly to being slandered, especially when it comes to her reputation. In 2016, the Daily Mail published a story insinuating that Melania had once worked as an escort for wealthy clients during her modeling days. The article has since been deleted, but the damage was done. Melania responded with a lawsuit seeking $150 million in damages. After a lengthy legal battle, she was awarded a cool $3 million and a formal apology. The Daily Mail admitted the claims were false and expressed regret for the distress caused. Moral of the story: don't mess with Melania's modeling past unless your legal team is top-notch. Access Hollywood tape fallout. The infamous Access Hollywood tape from 2005, in which Donald Trump bragged about groping women, nearly derailed his presidential run. Melania, unsurprisingly, was dragged into the scandal. Donald called the comments locker room banter. Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, later testified that it was Melania who suggested this very phrase to help spin the story and soften the blow. While she didn't confirm or deny the claim, Melania did publicly defend her husband at the time, calling it boy talk and insisting that the language didn't reflect the man she knew. Whether that helped or hurt his image is still up for debate. Green card drama. Modeling without a permit? In 2016, the Associated Press reported that Melania had worked in the U.S. before obtaining her legal work visa. According to their investigation, she took on at least 10 paid modeling gigs in 1996 while only holding a tourist visa, a big no-no under immigration law. The controversy intensified because of her husband's hardline stance against illegal immigration. Critics were quick to cry hypocrisy, with many dubbing her an illegal alien at the time. Later that year, Melania tried to put the matter to rest by saying she followed all legal procedures. She eventually obtained a green card through the EB-1 visa, often dubbed the Einstein visa, reserved for people with extraordinary talents. Immigration experts scratched their heads, but Melania maintained she deserved it. Maybe striking a pose is a superpower after all. The not-so-friendly relationship with Ivanka Trump. Publicly, Melania and Ivanka have always played nice, but behind closed doors, let's just say things were not exactly the Brady Bunch. In Mary Jordan's biography, The Art of Her Deal, the author reveals that the two clashed after Trump's 2016 win, largely because Ivanka tried to step into roles traditionally reserved for the First Lady. At one point, she allegedly suggested renaming the East Wing the First Family Office. Melania reportedly responded with a firm, "No way." Stephanie Wolkoff, another former aide, detailed a cheeky episode dubbed Operation Block Ivanka. During Trump's inauguration, Melania and team allegedly plotted to keep Ivanka out of key photos. High school antics? Maybe. But it's White House drama at its finest. In her memoir, Melania subtly nodded to the tension, writing that respect should be given even when disagreements exist, a classy way of saying, "I don't like you, but I'll be polite." If you enjoyed diving into the whirlwind world of Melania Trump's headline-making moments, don't forget to hit that like button. Got thoughts on any of these controversies? Drop them in the comments. We're ready for the hot takes. Want more jaw-dropping stories from politics, pop culture, and beyond? Subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. Trust us, the drama never sleeps, and neither do we.